The White House press briefing room, a space where political theater and journalistic scrutiny collide, was charged with an unusual intensity. The air crackled with anticipation, a sense that this wasn't going to be a routine exchange. At the center of this brewing storm stood Karoline Leavitt, a figure known for her sharp rhetoric and unwavering defense of the administration's policies. Her presence alone signaled that this briefing would be anything but ordinary. Leavitt, with her direct and often combative communication style, had become a prominent voice in the White House, unafraid to challenge the media and political opponents. The backdrop to this tense encounter was the ever-contentious debate surrounding immigration in the United States. A complex web of laws, policies, and human stories, immigration had become a political battleground dividing the nation. In the midst of this turmoil, the case of Kilmar Abrego Garcia had emerged, adding another layer of complexity to an already heated issue. Garcia, a Salvadoran man residing in Maryland, found himself at the center of a legal and political firestorm. His situation, involving protected immigration status and subsequent deportation, ignited passionate reactions from both sides of the political spectrum. To add to the already tense situation, the murder of Rachel Morin had just occurred. This crime, and the fact that an illegal immigrant was the suspect, added extreme emotional weight to the happenings. The tragic murder of Rachel Morin cast a long, dark shadow over the proceedings. The brutal nature of the crime and the subsequent revelation that the suspect was an undocumented immigrant from El Salvador sent shockwaves through the nation. This horrific event became a rallying cry for those advocating for stricter border security, amplifying the existing anxieties and frustrations surrounding immigration policy. The emotional weight of this tragedy was palpable, adding a layer of grief and anger to the already charged atmosphere of the press briefing. Karoline Leavitt's words cut through the tension like a knife. She delivered a forceful condemnation of what she perceived as a misplaced focus on the Kilmar Abrego Garcia case, arguing that it overshadowed the far more pressing issue of Rachel Morin's murder. Her tone was sharp, her message clear. The administration's priority was the safety of American citizens, and the perceived injustices surrounding Garcia's deportation paled in comparison to the tragic loss of Rachel Morin. The controversy surrounding Kilmar Abrego Garcia's deportation stemmed from a complex interplay of legal rulings and immigration policies. Despite having a protected status that, in theory, shielded him from deportation, Garcia was ultimately removed from the United States. This decision sparked outrage among those who viewed it as a violation of his rights and a disregard for due process. The legal intricacies of his case, involving court orders and immigration law, fueled a heated debate about the balance between national security and individual rights. The media's reaction to Leavitt's statements was swift and varied. News outlets across the country reported on the clash, highlighting the starkly contrasting viewpoints. Social media platforms became a battleground for public opinion, with heated discussions and passionate arguments erupting online. The public was very vocal, and the divide was very clear. There were many that agreed with Karoline Leavitt and many that did not. This situation created a very polarizing atmosphere. The atmosphere in the press briefing room shifted dramatically when Patty Morin, Rachel Morin's mother, stepped forward to address the gathered journalists. Her presence was a stark reminder of the human cost of the political debates unfolding. Her voice, filled with grief and raw emotion, cut through the political rhetoric, bringing a sense of sobering reality to the room. The emotional testimony of Patty Morin changed the entire tone of the press conference. Patty Morin's plea was simple yet powerful. She demanded stronger border security to prevent other families from experiencing the same devastating loss. Her words resonated deeply with many Americans who shared her concerns about the security of the nation's borders. Her appearance impacted the media and the way that the story was being told. The media began to focus more on the victim and the victim's family. The political implications of Patty Morin's testimony were immediately apparent. Her emotional appeal provided a powerful narrative for those advocating for stricter immigration policies. Her words were used to bolster arguments for increased border security and a more hardline approach to immigration enforcement. The political landscape was changed, and the effects of this event will be felt for a long time. The legal battles surrounding Kilmar Abrego Garcia's deportation became a complex and protracted affair. Court rulings and legal challenges painted a picture of a system grappling with the delicate balance between national security and individual rights. The intricacies of immigration law, with its myriad provisions and interpretations, were laid bare for public scrutiny. Legal experts and commentators dissected the court proceedings, offering differing perspectives on the legality and morality of Garcia's deportation. The legal aspects of this case added another layer of complexity to the already contentious situation. The courts were now involved, and their rulings would have a large impact on the future. The political reactions to the unfolding events were predictably polarized. Political figures and parties seized upon the situation to advance their respective agendas, highlighting the deep partisan divide on immigration policy. Democrats and Republicans engaged in a fierce war of words, each side accusing the other of exploiting the tragedy for political gain. The issue became a political flashpoint, with both sides using the emotional weight of the situation to rally their bases and push their policy preferences. The political landscape was now extremely charged, and the effects of this event were being felt across the country. The ongoing debate on immigration policy continued to rage, fueled by the emotional and legal complexities of the Garcia case and the tragic murder of Rachel Morin. The events served as a stark reminder of the challenges inherent in balancing national security concerns with the rights of individuals. The situation highlighted the deep divisions within American society regarding immigration and the difficulty of finding common ground on such a sensitive issue. The debate was far from over, and this event served as a catalyst for further discussion and action. The human cost of the events was undeniable. The Morin family, grappling with the unimaginable loss of Rachel, became a symbol of the devastating consequences of crime. Their grief and their demands for justice resonated with many Americans, highlighting the real-world impact of political decisions and policy debates. The pain and grief of the Morin family was a powerful reminder of the human element in this story. The emotional toll that this event took was immense. The role of the media in shaping public perception of the events was also a subject of intense scrutiny. News outlets and commentators faced criticism for their coverage, with accusations of bias and sensationalism. The importance of responsible reporting and accurate information became a central theme in the aftermath of the events. The media's portrayal of the situation had a significant impact on public opinion and the way that the story was being told. As the dust settled, questions remained about the potential implications of these events for future immigration policy and the ongoing debate on border security. The Garcia case and the Morin tragedy served as a stark reminder of the complexities and challenges involved in addressing immigration issues. The event highlighted the need for a comprehensive and nuanced approach to immigration reform, one that balances national security concerns with the rights and dignity of individuals. In summary, the events surrounding Karoline Leavitt, Kilmar Abrego Garcia, and Rachel Morin's tragic death created a national conversation. This conversation about immigration, border security, and the balance of individual rights and national security will continue for a long time. The effects of this situation will be felt for years to come.